Well, we return to a series we've been covering on the program about youth violence. It was prompted after the stabbing death of a 14-year-old girl allegedly by a then 17-year-old youth. And we've been exploring the rise in youth violence in our city. We've had a social scientist, a law professor, a sociologist on. Today, though, we're hearing from the kids. CBC's Wendy Parker visited the Magnus Alliance and Recreation Center's drop-in programs in Winnipeg's West End. They run programs for kids, teens, and an overnight safe space. And Wendy met two teenage girls there who were calling Nadine and Paula to protect their identities. One is 16 years old, Nadine. Paula is 14 years old. Here's part of the conversation and a warning: there is some strong language.
What brought you here today?
The food.
What do you like about being here?
Nothing.
I just come to chill.
Yeah.
Do you feel safe here?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to feel safe here? Like, where do you feel unsafe?
Nowhere.
Okay. And what about at school? Like, do you feel safe at school?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
When do you not feel safe at school?
When there's people that don't like you there,
And what do they do?
they say a lot of things.
And people that want to fight you and they don't like you, like, for no reason. Some haters.
So people pick fights with you?
Yep, because they're jealous. Yep. And they're mad.
They're mad? What do you mean they're mad?
I don't know, they're just, like, beefing me for no reason. Because, like, I don't know why. I did nothing to them.
How do you handle your emotions? Like, if you feel sad?
I just keep it in to myself. Only, like, to my best friends, like that actually been there for me, and my family. Not all of them. Only my auntie. That's it. That's the only person. My sister and my auntie. That's it.
Tell me more about your family.
It's just straight up toxic, and I hate everyone in it.
You said your family's toxic. Do you feel safe at home?
Sometimes,
And what about times you don't?
when they're doing drugs in the house or drinking. But then I just leave at the same time, so it doesn't even matter.
So tell me about like kids at school, like the kids that are mean. What
I
are
really
they?
don't go to school, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, when did you stop going to school?
Last year,
Why did you stop going to school?
got into too many fights. Then they didn't let me back. Then I tried to go to a different school. They didn't let me. Took too long. Still waiting. Didn't call me. Didn't tell me if I couldn't go or not. Just didn't bother.
So what do you do during the day?
Kind of just stay home and get high. And then go out with them. Walk around.
Do you miss school?
No. Just prefer not to be in school. I had to grow up too fast to be in school.
What do you mean you had to grow up too fast?
I had to learn to take care of myself at the age of 12, man. I had to act 16 when I was 12
Why? What do you mean?
because I was around a lot of fucked up people. I was around people that did drugs all the time, a lot of people that were murdering people. Like, life was fucked up. That's all I gotta say.
But do you feel safe at home?
Yeah, in my room, by myself.
But how hard is that for you?
It can get hard sometimes after a couple days, but then I just leave and go outside, get that fresh air, come back in and do the same thing.
So you don't see yourself trying to get back to school?
Nope.
What about your family? Do they want you back
Yeah.
at school?
Yeah, my dad keeps asking, so
When did you leave school?
last year in December,
Tell me about the fights you're getting into.
I don't know, I fought 4 girls. I got charged for 2 of them. They ended up in the hospital. They charged us, we were charged for like 2 months, and then they finally dropped the charges when the court date came up. So I didn't bother going back to school.
They told you you couldn't come back.
Yeah, 'cause they were still going to that school at the same time. And the school I tried to go to, those other 2 girls were there, so
What happened that day when you got in that fight?
a lot of shit. I don't know, it was going to this program like this. And there was a lot of people just like this. I don't know, these girls just kept staring at us, giving us dirty looks and bumping into us, so me and my friends got together and then we kind of just fucked their shit up.
Tell me about that anger. Like, explain to me why them staring at you made you so angry and you wanted to lash out.
Honestly, I don't know, I just felt the nerve, like, I felt shaky at first, and then my hands started sweating, and then, I don't know, I got shaky, and then I just hyped myself up, and then I went up to them, and then that's when it all happened. I really don't know how to explain it. It just happened so fast.
What do you worry about?
Probably just because I know that people hate me out there that I don't know of, and they just come up out of nowhere. I know I got a lot of ups out there, so I don't like meeting new people. I don't know.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
I got kicked out of school.
What happened?
The same thing. I fought too many girls. But like, I jumped one of them like 3 times, and then I beat her up one-on-one.
What do you do all day?
I don't know, chill out with my friends. I'll go to my boyfriend's, or I don't know. Walk around.
And how does your family feel about you not being in school?
I don't know. They want me to go back to school, but I don't want to, because like, there's a lot of people out there that don't like me.
And are you worried you'll act out again?
Yep.
So when do you feel unsafe?
When they're by yourself.
Yeah. Or when I have no strap.
What do you mean?
A machete or like a chop.
Or a can of Burmese.
Yeah.
So what weapons do you carry?
A long knife, a big ass chop.
What's a chop?
It's a big knife, like a kitchen knife basically, but just like bigger, like longer and sharper, and yeah, just does a lot more damage.
What other weapons?
A can of Burmese, machete, and pocket knife. You could have either or.
And people you're with have these weapons too?
Yep. Mhm.
So you feel safer with weapons?
Yes.
Do you worry somebody could use it against you though?
No. Because I know how to use it.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to use it if you're gonna hold it. Can't just be holding something you don't know how to use.
Where did you learn how to use it?
My whole life growing up and stuff. Yeah.
People been using it around me for years, so I know how to use them. And I know how to make them, I know how to use them.
Do you seen people, like, who do you see using them?
Anywhere you go, everywhere.
And so now you've learned that's how you defend yourself.
Yep, it's been like that for years though.
And you have to learn how to fight.
Yep. You gotta learn how to watch your surroundings, you gotta learn how to do a lot of things. Because I came from a res in 2015. That was probably the worst mistake I ever made.
Why do you say that?
Because now I deal with a lot of trauma and shit. And I just act way older than how old I am now today. Like I don't act my age.
And how does that make you feel?
Horrible. Because I gotta watch my back every second. Gotta watch everyone around me. I gotta know who's there around me.
And why do you say you've grown up way faster than you should have?
Because in the res I actually get to be a kid and do what I want. But here, there's a lot of fucked up people, yo. I can't be a kid. There can't be anyone watching me now. I gotta take care of myself. I gotta feed myself. I gotta get myself some clothes and shit. Like, I never used to do that in the res, yo. Now I gotta do that for myself. All of that. I gotta protect myself. Someone comes at me, I gotta fight for myself, you know?
Do you ever see a point, though, where you won't use violence or you hope you don't need to react that way?
Nah. There's just always gonna be violence in my life. I just think so. I don't know, I just deal with too much trauma, man. There's just a lot of things I learned when I moved here, man. A lot of kids doing a lot of things they shouldn't be doing today, and I'm looking at myself, looking at them. I feel bad, man. It hurts, man. But I'm still here. It's crazy. I just had to learn so fast. I take care of myself.
There was a conversation with CBC's Wendy Parker, who was at a drop-in center in Winnipeg's West End. She spent an extensive amount of time there through an afternoon and through a night and met those 2 teenage girls, 16-year-old Nadine and 14-year-old Paula. CBC is not providing their real names to protect their identities. That is the next piece of our series. Hearing from the kids, our series is on youth violence. And where do we go from here? After 8 o'clock, we'll ask the Prime Minister about youth violence in Canada. Next week, on Tuesday, we hear from a 20-year-old in Winnipeg who also uses that same overnight drop-in the city, who says he feels like a ghost in our city.